what influenced you to become who you are today?
The greatest influence on me was, first of all, my family, because they were the ones that brought me up in the faith, that showed me the importance of the faith, that made me think that there were things that truly mattered and that we should give our life for. The other thing that influenced me significantly was when I lived in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, you can't practice any other faith other than Islam. And so for us to practice our faith meant that we had to do so in secret. And what that meant was that we couldn't have Mass in a church because obviously no churches are allowed. So we would have Mass in people's homes, and we would move week from week to another person's house for Mass. But because of all of that, we had to keep it all very secret so that the authorities didn't become aware of us practicing our faith. I didn't think much of it at the time. It was just something I was brought up with, having to go to Mass every week. It was only when I became a little older that I realized what my parents risked for the faith. They risked deportation, they risked imprisonment for practicing their faith. And it was because of that experience that I realized that my parents were willing to sacrifice their lives for something that truly mattered to them, and that was the faith. And so I believe that obviously if they were willing to risk their lives, then the faith must truly matter. And I wanted to give my life to something that truly mattered as well.
About your vocation. How old were you when you decided to become a sister?
When I decided or when I did become a sister? Decided? Well, I was around 18 years old, and I walked into a parish church one day, and there was, at that time I was still looking at my faith and was learning my faith again. And I was walking into the back of our parish church, and there was a poster there with another order, and it said something like, something sister, no, why not? And I thought it was probably the most ridiculous poster that I've ever seen. But it kept playing around in my mind, and the thought of being a nun didn't go away, and I wasn't actually at peace until I finally met her. God, if you want me to be a nun, I will be a nun, but you have to do it because I don't.
Just a few questions. How old were you when you decided to become a father?
It's a long journey. I started back as in primary school, and I was sort of have this whole ambition of being a missionary and to be a priest. And I was be about 14 years old, and I went to the seminary. I was sort of a late starter, so I went to the seminary when I was 18.
Yeah. How has your vocation changed your life?
The whole sense of my faith, it changes that because I was able to interact with people. And I saw that sense of that I'll be able to do something bigger in terms of witness of Christ. So that's how that changes my whole sense of my relationship with people, coming to know people in the fields and encounter every day.
Hello, Robert.
G'day, how are you?
We're just going to ask you a few questions about your vocation.
Great.
How old were you when you decided to become a brother?
How old when I was?
How old were you when you decided to become a brother?
Sure. I think I seriously considered when I was in year 11. I seriously considered in year 12. I seriously considered the year after I left school. But I made my decision when I was about 20.
Yep. What influenced you to become who you are today?
What influences me? Definitely God, but that's who influences me. So I would say, first of all, God is someone. My parents, but I also think the people that I've worked with, especially the young people. The young people actually draws the best out of me. It's not that I've decided that I want to be this person. I think it's the people whom I've encountered who actually have drawn out the best in me.